making no apologies. That's it, umhlaba mawuhlulwe, so that our people can have access to the land.
Life is difficult, but you must soldier on. Don't give up. If you are a coward, you don't belong here.
Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Simple Politics. So, South Africa makes another loan. The Minister of Finance has received, or rather South Africa as a whole, has received a loan of 15 billion. Tell me, how are we going to be able to pay a 15 billion loan, son? And also, you know what is said about these loans and this money. I'm going to read what they're saying they are planning it for. However, that does not help, because you'd find from that borrowed billions, people are going to loot them and they're going to end up not doing what they're supposed to do, meaning that they're not getting any returns. So why do you continue to borrow? And also, I know that the EFF tabled a motion in Parliament where they were saying they want to make sure now that MPs, not only just the minister, but all of them, they get to decide on the decision if money should be borrowed from wherever, and payment plan and what the money is going to be for. Unlike the minister deciding alone, because the minister decides alone if he wants to borrow money or not. So the last time I checked, I just don't know how far that motion is or what happened. But I do wish that it could be passed, and decision of South Africa borrowing money from other countries is not coming from one person. Now my concern is that this money that is being borrowed, it does not do what it's supposed to do. People loot that money and spend that money. Those billions, they spend them. 15 billion is a lot of money. If it can be put to good use, then it can improve South Africa so much, and we could be able to maybe make more to be able to pay back the loan. But that's not gonna happen. There are potholes, there will be potholes even after this money. Okay, fine. So let's get right into it. So the World Bank has approved $925 million, which is 15 billion, loan to South Africa, aimed at bolstering a 6-year initiative to rejuvenate the nation's primary urban centers through performance-based incentives. So they're saying that they're borrowing this money, South Africa. They've got a 6-year plan. This funding is drawn from the International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. It forms part of a broader $2.775 billion program designed to enhance essential services like water supply, electricity distribution, waste management in 8 major municipalities. According to Bloomberg, the scheme represents the lender inaugural program for result operation in the country, rewarding local authorities that achieve specific operational and financial benchmark with extra allocations. Known as the Metro Service Trading Program, the initiative targets cities responsible for 85% of South Africa's economy activity and housing over a third of its 60 million inhabitants. Participating municipalities include Johannesburg, Cape Town, eThekwini, encompassing Durban, Tshwane, Pretoria, eKurhuleni, Mangaung, which is Bloemfontein, Buffalo City, East London. I'm glad that they've included East London here, and Nelson Mandela Bay, Gqeberha. So those are the big places that they are targeting. The approach seeks to foster accountability, institutional reforms, and better preparedness for climate-related disruptions, while encouraging public-private partnership for service delivery. As reported by Reuters, this comes amid the mounting public frustrations with infrastructure failures, contributing to the African National Congress loss of parliamentary majority in 2024 elections. South Africa's urban areas have grappled with severe challenges, including prolonged power outages from aging grids, intermittent water shortages threatening millions, and inconsistent refuse collection. Johannesburg, the economic powerhouse, has endured days-long backlogs and financial mismanagement scandals, while estimates suggest that the continent's wealthiest city requires $12 billion for infrastructure repairs alone. As detailed in World Bank statements, the program will disperse funds based on verifiable improvements, promoting fiscal discipline and efficiency in metros that have often battled debt and inefficiency. You see, the problem with this money, people are they're gonna hire someone to go build something and they're gonna spend the money. I think that's the biggest problem. This is a lot of money. This is a lot of money, and I'm afraid it's not going to be used for what it's intended for. They're not gonna use it for what it's supposed to do. And we're gonna be back here saying that money has been looted. I mean, that's what we are dealing with now. So it's sad. The loan underscores a warning relationship between Pretoria and the World Bank, with South Africa securing around $3 billion in sovereign borrowing since early 2022. A shift from pre-pandemic reluctance to engage multilateral lenders. Similar performance-linked programs have succeeded elsewhere, including in Turkey, China, India, often yielding measurable governance enhancement. According to the Engineering News, the National Treasury will oversee disbursement, trying them to key indicators such as reduced non-revenue water losses, improved billing collection rates, and hence outage response time. The Finance Minister, Enoch Godongwan, has prioritized urban revival as part of a broader economic recovery effort, with cities facing compound pressures from population growth, climate vulnerability, and post-apartheid backlogs. A recent appeal for private sector involvement in rescuing Johannesburg highlights the urgency as municipalities struggle with Eskom debts and Rand water constraints, as noted by Business Day. Successful metros could unlock additional grants, creating a competitive dynamic to drive reforms without blankets bailouts. You know what I'm thinking? Maybe they will end up using the money wisely, because we are going to the local government elections now and everyone wants to be voted for. Maybe they will actually use the money for what it's intended for. Maybe, just maybe, they will do what is right. What do you guys think? Anyway, I do know that I'm not in the center when I'm shooting, guys. The reason I'm not in the center, let me come to the center, it's because I want to get to the laptop and it's quite far and my eyes trouble me a lot. Critics caution that without a strong exactly my point. Without a strong anti-corruption safeguard, a funds risk management echoing past municipal scandals. Yet, proponents argue the results orientated model minimizes such charges by linking payouts to outcomes. The World Bank country directs emphasized the potential to transformative change, positioning cities as engines of inclusive growth, as covered in IOL. Implementation begins immediately, with initial assessment settling baseline for the 8 participants. The injection arrives as South Africa's contends with sluggish GDP growth and high unemployment, where urban productivity is vital for national prospects. By incentivizing efficiency, the program could elevate service delivery protests and have plagued the governance. With climate resilience embedded, including flood defense and sustainable waste system, it aligns with global sustainability goals. Analysts view the deal as a vote of confidence in coalition-era reforms, potentially paving the way for further international support in energy transition and support projects. For residents enduring daily hardships tangible improvements cannot come soon enough. Exactly. People just want, they just want service delivery. If executed efficiently, the initiative may mark a turning point for metros long criticized for dysfunction, restoring faith in local government while bolstering the fiscus through better revenue collection. As the World Bank expands its footprint in the middle income nations, South Africa's experience could serve as a blueprint for performance driven aid emerging markets facing similar urban strains. So yeah, that's it. I mean, that's what they're planning to do. The problem is not the plan. The problem is the implementation. So do you think that maybe they've learned the hard way, and finally the money that they've borrowed of land, that they're gonna use it what they've asked the money for? Or do you think that we'll never get rid of the corruption? There will always be someone who's corrupt, who's selfish, who's gonna want to self-enrich himself or herself, and this big, this large amount of money borrowed will not do what it's supposed to do. What do you think? Honestly, right now, I think everyone has lost their faith. I mean, and you can't blame us. Can't blame us for losing faith. People who are not afraid to steal billions of money, son. Imagine if you're not afraid to steal billions, approve tenders. Yeah, well, that's where the problem is. It's with one of those, that 15 billion, it's going to be going to tenders left, right, and center, and no one is going to do what they're supposed to do. And that is extremely sad. So tell me what you think, guys, if you still have hope in our country, if in our government, you still have like a little bit of hope left in you to believe that they will do what they're supposed to do. They will not, everyone is in a corner now. They are campaigning for local government elections. Maybe they will do what they're supposed to do. Who knows? Let's meet in the comment section. Tell me what you think. I'll see you guys on the next one. Aluta continua. Until the next time.